Here we go. I whipped this up on Google Slides because I couldn't figure out anything else, and I don't have the PowerPoint stuff. I don't have Microsoft because they're trash. Excusez-moi. Okay, so this is. Can we get some fitting award music for the occasion? I don't know, what is award music? What is that? And is it copyright free? Like, what is that? I will definitely look it up, or try to. I got lo-fi jazz, regular EDM, synthwave, grand sounding or orchestral, those kinds of things. There's copyright free ones out there. Let me see if I can find something. Sorry, I'm looking right now at this exact moment. Okay, I mean, I don't know if this is what you're looking for, but here, let me get it up over here. This is probably the best I could do in the situation. No, you're fine. You're fine. It's a nice change of pace anyways compared to the usual jams we have. Is this better? Is this more the vibe? This will work, okay. Turn down a smidgen. Okay, guys, so this is the Season 4 awards ceremony for WLO Season 4. I put in the YouTube community chat as well as the Discord to say, hey, these are the categories and the nominees for this season's awards. You are the ones that voted and determined who is the winner. And so we're going to take a look to see who has won. So first up, the first category is going to be Rookie of the Year for Season 4. Our nominees, let me get this up over here actually. We have Elena Travers, Emily, Trav, and Tommy Burnside. These are our nominees for Rookie of the Year. And the winner for Rookie of the Year for Season 4 is none other. Drum roll, please. I don't have the drum roll sound effect anymore. I don't know where it's at. It's Tommy. Tommy Burnside is the winner for Rookie of the Year for Season 4. This is how you guys voted. Tommy had 4 votes, Elena and Trav had 2, and Emily had 3 out of the 12. So that's how the voting went. You guys voted, and that's our Rookie of the Year. So go ahead and give him a nice round of applause, guys. That's nice. How nice of him. There you go, Ninja. You won an award. I hope you're proud. Okay, but next up is going to be Best Male Wrestler of the Year. for season 4. Our nominees for season 4's best male wrestler is Cole, Crippler, Damco Anderson, and Hydrate. Now I know Hydrate's really putting all his eggs in this basket here. The domestic is out. I had to. Your best male wrestler of season 4 is Cole. Sorry, Hydrate. It was pretty overwhelming. Here is the graph. 41% of the votes said Cole. Hydrate had 2 votes. Tie. It was a 3-way tie between Hydrate, Damkos, and Crippler, all with 2 votes. Cole had 5. Damn near half of the people voted Cole. It's unfortunate, but that is how that went. But coming up here is going to be best female wrestler for season 4. Spitting all over my damn monitor. Your nominees for season 4's best female wrestler is Rena, Sky Flores, Kristen, and Elena Travers. Now, who do you think is going to be the winner for season 4's best female wrestler of season 4? Well, it's another overwhelming vote. It's actually Rena. She is the best, according to you guys, she is the best female wrestler for season 4, with 66% of people voting for her. That was 8 votes towards Rena. Sky had 2, Elena had 1, Kristen had 1. She is your best female wrestler. Danielle would be up there if you didn't forget her until I reminded you. Honestly, she would be in the nominees, but with the way this voting went, I don't think she would have won. Almost everybody voted for Rena. That's the thing.
Do it, lady. You know?
But congrats. Of course you voted for her, Damikos. Of course you did. It's your bestie for Resty. All right, but your best baby face of season 4 is coming up here for the next category. Your nominees for best baby face of season 4: Danielle Harris, Emily, and Little Country. The way the votes were for this one, it was a little bit more split, so that's why I had 3 instead of 4 nominees. But your best babyface for season 4 was none other than Danielle Harris. Congratulations for best babyface of season 4. Honestly, it's deserved. It definitely deserved. With the way the voting was, about half of the people voted for Danielle here. We had 5 votes in favor of Danielle. 3 of them was for Little Country, 2 for Emily, and then there was a tie between Hydrate and Elena for 1 vote. But because it was just 1 apiece and it was a tie, there you go. She won the same one last year. She's just that good, dude. She's just that good. All right, but coming up next, guys, the category for best heel of season 4. I had to do the Vince. I had to do the Vince gif. It was just too perfect. Your nominees: Rena, of course. The Almighty Zeus, makes sense. Dustin Rhodes, of course. And Jerome Maxwell, aka Sexual Chocolate. Now, who is the best heel for season 4, you ask? Well, internal monologuing, drum roll, please. Does that make sense? No, but the winner is Jerome Maxwell for best heel for season 4. If we look at the poll here, it was a tie between Rena and Jerome Maxwell with 4 votes apiece, which in all honesty, I think that's a pretty big surprise. The Almighty Zeus had 3 votes. Dustin had 1. So out of the 2, I decided it was Jerome over Rena. Sorry, Gwen, but Jerome was definitely a better heel. You say that, Hydrate. No, Rena did not suspend anybody. But it's crazy. 4 people voted for her. It's called popularity bias. That it is. That it is. Gwen is loved, of course. She's a valued member of this community. Of course, everybody wants to see her win everything. But a category she's not in will be Underdog of the Year. This one was also a little bit more split in a lot of ways, but you'll see here in a little bit. Now, your nominees for Underdog of the Year: Danielle Harris, Trav, and Little Country. And the winner of Underdog of the Year is Trav. This one I decided on. It was a very tough decision for me because, as you see here in the graph, it was 23 votes apiece. 3 for Trav, 3 for Danielle, and 3 for Little Country. So a 3-way tie. And then there was only 1 vote for Elena and Tommy and Emily. So another 3-way tie there. So I had to decide between the 3 of them, which was very tough. I did want to go Danielle, but with Trav and the Anti-Corporate Alliance and like the latter half of the season as well, I was like, it does make sense. I could see it being Trav. I was very torn between Danielle and Trav, but I did give it to Trav on this one. I know you would have wanted that, Hydrate. It was a tough one for me, okay? It was a tough one for me. There wasn't a wrong choice there, in all honesty. It was not a wrong choice. Now this one here is going to be a little bit more one-sided. The best faction or tag team of season 4. Your nominees are the Saviors and Chaos. I kind of just put them under the same thing because they have the same amount of votes. The Anti-Corporate Alliance and Charlie's Patch. The winner for this one I did not decide on. For your best faction / tag team of season 4 is the Anti-Corporate Alliance. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, I don't think there was a bad choice out of the 3. If you look at the graph here, 5 votes went to the Anti-Corporate Alliance, so 41%. And then we had a tie between Chaos and the Saviors with 3 apiece. Realistically, if I took Chaos out, the Saviors probably would have won. But, you know, it makes sense. Charlie's Patch only had 1 vote, which is very surprising to me. That one was a shoo-in because it gives 90% of people a free award. Yeah, it really does. All right, well, our next category here is Performance of the Year. This was a category that basically is just determined by how well they did that day. Like if they just showed up in terms of wrestling, whatever, that day, that's what this would qualify as. So whether it was surviving for an extended period of time in a match, defeating a certain amount of people in a match, whatever the case, that's how this was determined. Now, the nominees for Performance of the Year, we have Zombie in the NOS Women's Aero Championship #1 Contender Gauntlet match. We have Biscuit Jack and Jonathan Fry in the Classic Survivor Series 2v4 Clutch prior to the blackout on the NOS episode. Tommy Burnside winning the NOS Championship and War Games match at War of the Titans, pinning Cortex in there twice. And then Elena Travers winning the NOS Women's Aero Championship #1 Contender Battle Royale. So those were the nominees here. You can see the little snippets of the footage right now. Which all of these moments were great. All these moments were fantastic. Now the winner for Performance of the Year goes to Biscuit Jack and Jonathan Fry. Because, man, that clutch up for season 2, or I'm sorry, for the 2v4 in the Survivor Series was phenomenal. If I didn't have a whole blackout, that probably would have been the match of the year without contest. As you can see here, it was a tie between Biscuit Jack and then the Tommy Burnside winning at War Games, or at the War of the Titans. But I did give it to Biscuit Jack and Jonathan Fry on this one. Elena also had 3 votes, so she was coming in close on that second place spot. I'm taking that award for myself since I made Jack. I need something after all these robberies. I actually voted Tommy myself. The Tommy one's a valid one, honestly. And I can't blame you. I can't blame you for wanting to take the Biscuit Jack one. It makes sense. It makes sense. Hold. Duracell ad. All right, we'll swap over to this screen then. We're back? Okay, cool. All right. I'm actually blowing through this freaking, this award ceremony. Shaking it up. I'm gonna get some of these honey roasted peanuts. All right, so the next category is gonna be breakout moment of the year. This category is basically determined by whoever. It's very similar to performance of the year, except for the range is a little bit more broad. So it could be a return. It could be being multi-booked. It could be multiple defenses, you know, something that happened multiple times to showcase like, hey, I showed up, or just a surprising win all in all. You're blowing through it because you didn't make graphics this year. Yeah. Well, no, it was kind of the same. I think I yapped a lot more last year. Because it's basically the same thing. I just didn't make this one look as pretty. All right, but your breakout moment of the year category nominees is Damicos Anderson getting quad booked at Rude Awakening, the PLE. Danielle Harris winning the NOS Women's Aero Championship at Olympomania 3. The Hostess Gang winning the WLO Mixed Tag Team Championships by falling with them at Olympomania 3. And the Almighty Zeus betraying Dustin Rhodes in his title match with Cole. That one was a NOS one in February. Those are the nominees. The winner for breakout moment of season 4 goes to Damicos Anderson for being quad booked at Rude Awakening, which I'll be honest, man, I was stunned that it went to Damicos. No diss to him whatsoever. But I was like, the quad booking? Okay, I mean, I guess. This is how the voting went here. 5 people voted for Damicos here. 3 people voted for Danielle. 2 people voted for the Zeus betrayal, and 2 people voted for the Hostess Gang one. That is heavy community favoritism. Like, it is definitely a nominee, a good nominee. In my opinion, I don't know if that tops, you know, Hostess Gang falling with the title. Mr. Dunn's return, I was surprised nobody voted for that. That was a big one. And the Danielle winning the women's championship, that was a huge one as well. And obviously this is no diss to Damicos whatsoever. I said it before, but I still don't see how this qualified here and not performance of the year. What, the quad booking? Honestly, I was really debating on if I wanted to put that in performance of the year or breakout moment of the year. I was really torn on that one. Because I think it counts for both, but I didn't want to put it in both. Damn, because didn't do breakout at all. I love Mr. Dunn. He deserves a reward. He does deserve an award. If he got nominated, it should have been the Berserk title win. And that was all one night. You know, I guess I'll take the L on that one. I should have put it in performance of the year, but like I said, I was kind of torn on what it categorized as, because at that time he wasn't. No, he wasn't part of the Saviors. I think he just got a part of the Saviors. But anyways, that was torn on that one. But hey, everybody else voted. I didn't do nothing here. I view Breakout of the Year as a big career launching thing. I suppose I can see that. That makes sense. Quad booking means you're already set. I mean, not necessarily. I multi-book people all the time, whether they're set or not. He had like 3 titles. Did he? Well, what I'll do then is in the next one, I'll just better define the categories. That was the night I won all 3. Did you? I was going to say, I don't think you had all 3 at that time. I think you maybe had one of them going in and you came out with 2. 2 more. Anyways, the next category here, as you can see, is going to be Best Entrance of the Year. Hey, what's up, Ichigo? Welcome in, man. How you doing? Yeah, I know Hydrate's really bummed because of the community bias on that one. Which, you know, as I'm looking at it now, because I really wasn't looking at it before, I definitely could see it. I definitely see the community bias. And I thought I made it very, like, clear. I was like, guys, don't vote for just the people you like. Vote for what makes sense in the category. Which is no diss to Damikos at all. But Damikos is an OG, and, you know, he deserves some of these awards. But, you know, it's just in response to some of these category winners and nominees. It's going all great. Just woke up from a nap. Oh, it's like almost 9 p.m. What do you mean? There's a reason why I'm an advocate for what you did last season. What did I do? Oh, where I would take the community votes and then I would determine a winner from it. Yeah. Honestly, I was concerned. The reason why I didn't do that this year is because I was concerned on the results, because it didn't seem like a lot of people didn't seem to have liked the results from last year. So I was like, okay, this year let's just go with the community voting. Let's see how that plays out. But you know, we'll go over the whole thing at the end here. Our nominees for Best Entrance is Emmy Time, the regular Emily entrance, Ben Shade's regular non-title entrance, and Tommy Snowballs' Olympomania 3 entrance. Which Tommy's was pretty good. Tommy's was a pretty damn good one. I think I also had ZC Lily in there as well, her Mania entrance, but I didn't get enough votes for the nominees. Therein lies the issue. Valid concern, but people often don't like awards nowadays anyways because they didn't win. That's a dumbass freaking mentality to have. But I guess that makes sense, you know, now that I think about it, because of how the efed community is. They're not everybody, of course, but for the most part, very selfish. Yeah, it turns to a popularity contest. Yay. Okay, the winner is Emmy Time for the best entrance of the year. I forgot to, I didn't mean to click right there. Honestly, big surprise to me. Big surprise to me. I thought it was going to go to Tommy Snowballs, or even Ben. But it was a tie between Emily and Ben for 4 votes apiece. Tommy only had 2 votes. ZC Lily had 1 and the Saviors had 1. So this was another big surprise to me in terms of the winner. Not a bad entrance at all. I mean, yeah, me personally, I would have gave it to Tommy just because his entrance was so cool. Emily's, you know, it is, I can see the validity of it too, because instant merch, you know, instant merch. I worked very hard on that too. But anyways, the next category is going to be match of the year for season 4. Oh yeah, the entrance helped. Well, I think not just the entrance, but also the gimmick. It was just a perfect alignment of everything. Perfectly. All right, but the match of the year is the next nominee. We have, or it's the next category. We have 4 nominees here. We have the Reaper versus Spooner versus J Money versus Hydrate for the undisputed WLO championship at Immortal Kombat. We have Hydrate versus Damikos Anderson versus Dustin Rhodes for the undisputed Schmeat championship on NOS. We have Danielle Harris and Eden versus Zombie and Jelani in the women's tag team match on NOS. I'm sorry, no, that didn't get to the nominees. Anti-Corporate Alliance versus the Corporation in the Classic Survivor Series match on NOS. That's the one I got in there. And Tommy Burnside versus Ben Shade for the NOS Men's Arrow Championship at Olympomania 3. So those are the nominees for this category of match of the year. My crowning moment, Danielle's fumble, the Schmeat, or Tommy and Ben, I guess. They're all very good matches. I watched, and you know, narrowing down the nominees from like 12 to 4 or 5 was very difficult. But as you guys voted, the match of the year winner is Tommy Burnside versus Ben Shade. That is the winner here for match of the year of season 4, which I don't think is a bad one. I do think the Reaper versus Spooner match definitely was a good one up there. The Anti-Corporate versus the Corporate Alliance also was a good one. But the Tommy match had 4 votes. Anti-Corporate had 3 votes. The Reaper versus the Fatal 4-Way had 2 votes, and then Hydrate and the Triple Threat had 2 votes. So that is how that went. Now this was a great match, but I will say this one was probably recency bias. Yeah, this one's definitely probably recency bias. Again, good match. None of these are bad by any means. I had to watch them all, for crying out loud. And it was long, so it was probably a lot more memorable too. I think it was like, I think that match was like 45 minutes. It was crazy. Any of them could have won for sure. And I think the only one that was close would have been the Anti-Corporate versus Corporation one. All right, but the next category we have here is going to be Best PLE of the Year for Season 4. I think I added a section in there for people to type in a PLE option, but it didn't look like anybody did, which is totally fine. Could be mistaken, though. Actually, I can look right now. Yeah, I added the option, and... Oh, okay, so I added 3 options, and 1 of these were written out, actually. Makes sense. Okay. Buddy, I did you freak. Wait, what? Are you talking about adding the option in here for this category? Okay. It doesn't tell me who added, okay? I couldn't see it when I'm looking at the results here. I had to click over to double check. Take a chill pill, Gwish. All right. No, but the nominees for this year's Best PLE of the Year is War of the Titans, valid. Immortal Kombat, also valid. Fury of the Gods, valid. And Olympomania 3, very valid. All of these were fantastic. I think there was only one PLE that was okay. And I think 99% of our PLEs were like 10 out of 10s. In my opinion, I know Hydra will give a lot more of an accurate response there. Also, man, I cooked with these logos, man. With these PLE design, like I just cooked with these guys. This is so good. especially in Mortal Kombat. That one I worked very hard on. All right, but the winner for best PLE of the year, season 4, goes to Olympomania 3, which honestly, that makes sense. It's a very good PLE. Recency bias is definitely a factor in there, but there was a lot of pivotal moments in there, so, you know, it's completely valid. It had 5 votes out of the 12. War of the Titans was tied with a Mortal Kombat with 3 votes apiece. And then Fury of the Gods, which I'm guessing was Yugo-ish, had 1 vote. Mortal Kombat was history making, so as Go to This Mania 3 was, that is also a slight touch of recency bias. A lot of voters weren't here for it. Valid, but definitely was aided by the fact that I made, you know, finish the sentence. I mean, the other thing too is a lot of people didn't, I think a good amount of people didn't catch Mania 3 because it was on so late, but I will say a lot of the more consistent people these days were not here for Mortal Kombat, so that's valid. Point it out this time. So I'm watching efeds. Oh, okay. I got you. Okie dokie. The next category here is going to be Rivalry of the Year. I'm not even doing nominees because it was such a one-sided win. It was the corporation versus the anti-corporate alliance. It makes sense. I mean, that was the overarching season 4, not only rivalry, but like beef. Like that was the season. And as you could tell here, 9 votes went towards it. Jerome Maxwell versus Hydra had 2 votes. And then Rena versus Elena Travers had 1. This was too generic. What was too generic? The category? Or the rivalry? Oh, you're talking about the rivalry. In all honesty, like, it's still, I think it's a good one because there was only core 4 members each, maybe 5 each. I'm not saying, so here's my thing. When I'm giving it to the whole corporation versus the anti-corporate or whatever, I don't see it as how it was at the end of the season. I'm visualizing it, and this is just for me. I don't know how everyone else is interpreting it. I'm visualizing it as the core members that were driving it. Example, Trav, Little Country, Tommy, and Crippler. That was like the core members of the anti-corporate alliance. Alongside with like Elena and Eden. And then the saviors were the corporation. So I don't really see it as the whole roster because even in the end, it wasn't the whole roster. It was like most of them. Like I had people thrown into matches just to say they were on the side of so-and-so, but in reality, they weren't. But that's just how I viewed it. Whole active roster. I mean, in all honesty, I guess it was the whole active roster that were involved in it, so. Everybody else does, which is my point. I'm with you. Okay, word. As long as we're on the same page, that's fine. But everybody else, using my experience to take a guess, probably voted it for the win for themselves. It wouldn't even make sense if they did. Kind of that is a win for Damicos. Hey, by all means, do it. All right, well, the next category here. You voted for Hydra versus Jerome. Hey, there was 2 votes for that one, so that makes sense. That was a good beef. This one was fun. Weapon of the year is the cone, guys. The cone. Giving colonoscopies as weapon of the year for season 4. Oh my gosh. That cone was deadly. Sending people to the hospital all the time. That was a season-long rivalry. I wouldn't say season-long, more like half a season long, but so close enough. Why must you rob me, then give me Vietnam flashbacks? It's part of my job. That's what I get paid to do. All right. And the next category here is really just kind of a gimme, but it makes sense. I mean, this is something we all talked about even last season, which is the PCX award winner, which is the person with the most title defenses of the year. And if our calculations are correct, this one goes to Damikos Anderson with 9 defenses with the Berserk Honor Championship. So congratulations, my dude. Most title defenses this season. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Especially for an open challenge title, that's pretty good. That's pretty damn good. Only person who really came close was me, and I had like 5. Oh yeah, you did when you had the undisputed title. You had like almost a title match every week. I think Cole might have been close too, like around like 4 or 5. I'm very happy with the Berserk one, to be honest. Hey, I think it's been great for you, dude. Like, I was not anticipating like not only the interest for the title, but also just the fact that you just keep winning. It was great. The birth of Sweepy the Leggy. Yo, Sweepy the Leggy's been dangerous. It's a dangerous one. All right, I don't know what's next up. All right, best storyline of the year. I mean, I guess this is kind of rivalry of the year, but it's the corporate war. That was like one of the big ones. And in all honesty, like this was probably recency bias because the only one that got votes was the inter efed feud for Mortal Kombat. And they only had 2 votes. 10 of the votes went to the corporate war, which again is fair. The corporate war is a fantastic storyline. I was just surprised that everybody was like nobody, not a lot of people voted for the inter-efed war. That one was a really good one. That 3 efeds all beefing. I thought that was a pretty good one. Also, nobody said anything about PCX retirement, which that was heartbreaking. Not even a single vote. The Danielle Harris Road to Olympomania 3 was very good. The return of Mr. Dunn was freaking fantastic. The one who got robbed the most is Mr. Dunn. I don't disagree with you, Glenn. I don't disagree with you. Deserved to win, but heavy recency bias and broad blanket term bias. Yeah, I guess I could have tried to define things a little bit better, but I literally was just going off of what everybody was putting in the nominee chat for the most part. You see how much I got robbed of this stream? I won 1 award. What? Well, he get none. Bam. She's got you there, bud. She's got you there. Also, I think Gwen also has only won 1 award, actually. He was nominated for 2. He was nominated for 2 Hydrate. All right, but that's it. That's the award ceremony, guys. That's all I got. Yeah, you were nominated for like a crap ton of these. I think there was only like 2 or 3 that you weren't nominated for. Hey, what's up, Trav? Welcome in. Did you just hop in the stream, Trav? Did you just miss the entire awards ceremony? Trav, come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Apparently. Yeah, honestly, I didn't expect to go through it so fast. But, yeah. There was like, how many pages did I have? There was 42 slides I went through. I got like 3. Hey, I didn't win anything. Actually, technically I did. It was Jerome, but like I said, as salty as I can get, there were like 2 I genuinely fully believed I got robbed of by the popularity contest. No, that's fair. That's fine. I got 1 at least, so can't complain much. But point. Yay. You should like totally recap for me. You know what? I can totally do that. Or I could just like, I'll do this. All right, we'll do a little recap. And hey, if anything, Zeus winning nothing is good for you. It means you were hated, which was your job. Hey, I'm fine with it, honestly. I'm totally fine with not winning anything outside of Jerome because, yeah, my job this season was not to be the baby face. It was to be the heel, which is my job last season as well. I have to be everyone's enemy for some reason, which is crazy. Like, everyone's like, oh, yeah, you know, there's like one or two people I don't like, but, you know, we're all kind of friends here. And I'm like, no, we're not all friends. Stop having fun. Zeus losing means you win. Dang. You know what, I'm gonna fight you. Okay. Rookie of the Year for Season 4 was Tommy Burnside. He was the winner. He had 4 votes. The best male wrestler of the year was Cole with, I think it was like half the votes. Yeah, with like 5 votes. The best female wrestler of the year was Rena with 8 votes. Best babyface of the year went to Danielle Harris with 5 votes. You voted for, wait, Cole and who? Rena or Danielle? Did you vote for Danielle? That'd be crazy. Oh, dang, you voted for the 3 winners. That's crazy. All right, best heel for Season 4 was Jerome Maxwell, which, you know, that kind of makes sense. It was a tie between him and Rena, so I was the decision maker, and I give it to Jerome there. The best underdog of the year was Trav. Congratulations, buddy old pal. You got that within a 3-way tie between you, Little Country, and Danielle, all with 3 votes apiece. I gave it to you. I know Hydrate's pretty salty on that one. Best faction or tag team for Season 4 was the Anti-Corporate Alliance. Pretty overwhelming with 5 votes there. The performance of the year went to Biscuit Jack and Jonathan Fry at the Classic Survivor Series 2v4 clutch, which is valid. The breakout moment of the year went to Damicos Anderson for the quad booking, which that has brought controversy. The best entrance of the year went to Emily for Emmy Time, her regular entrance. It was valid. The match of the year for Season 4 went to Tommy Burnside and Ben Shade for their Hell in a Cell Iron Man match. Or was it 2 out of 3 falls? I think it was 2 out of 3 falls. Best PLE of the year. I just love my designs for these logos. Went to Olympomania 3. You voted for Ben for entrance and match. I'm glad Ben got a vote on the entrance. I definitely, he was tied with Emily with 4 votes, so I did give it to Emily. But his was pretty good. This was pretty good. Rivalry of the year was the Corporate versus Anti-Corporate Alliance. That one was a little bit The weapon of the year, you missed it, was the code. The code was the weapon of the year. My gosh. The PCX award winner was Damicoso Anderson. The PCX award is given to those who has the most title defenses, and Damicos had 9 with the Berserk Honor Championship match. And then we had the best storyline of the year, which was the Corporate War. That is the recap. After thinking, I love the quotations there for it. I love the clarification. The ones I believe I should have gotten were Match of the Year, multiple nominations, and nothing. Come on. And Breakout Moment of the Year. Hey, no prob, Travi. No prob. Yeah, I don't, unfortunately, I'm not in a financial spot to give people actual awards. That would be super cool if WLO like blew up or something. That would be cool. I totally would do that. I'd be like, hey, check your DMs. I'm gonna give you info so that way you can get a trophy or something. I would totally do that. I'm not even gonna lie. I would give actual trophies. Yeah, I know you're very emotional, Hydrate, when it comes to certain things like this. And it's understandable. I get it. Especially when it comes to like the end of the year awards, it's like, hey, this is how everyone's hard work paid off. So I get it for a lot of us, or a lot of you guys who, you know, have been committed and consistent like the whole year, working hard to build your character, and then only for a recency bias or, you know, certain wins to get over what you view is a valid win, which, you know, may or may not be valid. I get it. But yeah, at the end of the day, they're all fictional things. It's all just for funsies anyways. You know. But yeah, I mean, that was a short ass stream. I'm very mostly detached from feds, but I do get salty at these because I actually get robbed from a half a dozen efeds every year. Dude, you just have like really bad luck. You have like really bad luck with awards. But yeah. If we ever do a season 5, and I say if, and I'll get into that here in a second, which it's a conversation I've already had before, but just to lay it all out so that way it's final. If we do have another season, I'll definitely go back to my original way of doing the awards and make it so the community vote is 50% and I'm the other 50%. Just because this one was very much... It was very much community bias, which, you know, is fine. You know, just shows this person was liked a lot. But I'd rather make the awards more fair and more logical, you know? So I'll probably do that next season, if there is a next season. But I will say, I guess addressing the season 5 thing, I'm going to say it's just an indefinite hiatus for the time being. As you guys have probably seen from all the posts. Oh, here, I'll switch the screen. And I'm going to turn these jams the frick off, dude. I'm going to put these back on. All right. Go ahead, Hydrate. Yeah, go ahead and ask your questions. Actually, does anybody have any questions about the awards before I go into my little season 5 ramble? Anybody have any questions, inputs, etc., etc.? No, I totally forgot to turn this light on. Can I have Great Pumpkin outside of WLO, especially if we don't come back? The thing about the Great Pumpkin is it originally was an actual member of the community. But he's kind of just like gone away from Twitch and all that stuff. And he's like, yeah, you can keep using the character, just do whatever you want with it. So it's become an NPC. I'm just gonna have to say no to that one, just because I kind of like the idea of more exclusive cause, especially NPC ones. But I know basically all the other ones have left outside of WLO, which is fine. You know, y'all can do that. It's okay. But it's a good segue into the season 5 conversation. As I mentioned earlier, it's probably just going to be an indefinite hiatus. As much as I love doing it, it is so much work, guys. I've lost sleep over it. I've lost time to do all the other regular Zeus content, etc. It's a lot of work to maintain, and I get a lot of the, you know, community here, and that's totally cool. I love the community that we have. I love that WLO's grown it. You know, we've seen a lot of really cool people be here. Here, I'll end the vertical stream because nobody's watching that right now. But I just don't, it's not that, it's not worth it. I know it sounds so effed up. I'm just not getting I'm not getting enough back, and it sounds selfish, I'm not getting enough back to validate putting as much as I am into it. It's an investment thing. Okay, Hydrate and Tom have moved out. That's cool. But yeah, it's just an investment thing. I would love to do this all the time. I think it'd be so fun. We have such a good thing here going for us. But realistically, it's not worth the drama, the freaking annoying ass people that come in, make me do all this effing work for their character to get everything set up, and then are here for 2 matches, and as soon as they lose like 1 or 2, they're out. And it's like, dude, I've put so much time into you, and then you're just not, like, you leave. And then, like, sure, we'll get a good amount of views and some follows, but it's only for WLO stuff. Like, most of the people don't go to watch any of the other streams. I don't know if you guys remember, the viewership difference between my WLO streams and Boulder Gate streams when I was doing those at the same time was night and day, dude. It was depressing. And yes, I did the WLO during the week and Baldur's Gate during the weekend, but most people have the weekend off, so whatever. And then a lot of people also didn't even bother to check out the YouTube stuff. And I'm not trying to sound like that guy that's like, oh, you don't care about me, etc., me, I, but it's just like, I've made my intentions very clear about trying to become a full-time content creator, having these channels, putting up as much content as I can for everybody, and then most of these people just don't give a hoot or a holler. And it's just like, bro, why should I bother? And I want to do a lot of stuff. I do. Like, I have so many things I want to do. I just don't have the time or the energy to do them. And I might come, like, when 2K27 comes around, I might examine where I am and see if it's worth it. I don't think it is. And the worst part is, like, I'm not the only one that does this kind of stuff. Look at how things turned out with Jacko and with Derek. Yes, they had life stuff going on, and their regular day-to-day stuff made it so it was very difficult for them to stream. But even before it got to that point, those two, huge in my eyes, efed streamers that just said, nope, I'm out. I think Derek and Jacko did it like halfway through their season because of the drama and the BS and just the time it takes to do all of it and just not get anything back, you know? And I know I'm just kind of rambling and repeating myself and it's negative Nancy BS, but it's just like, I just want to relay to everyone how I'm feeling about it. And it's not just like a whimsical, oh, I'm not getting enough views, I might as well not do it. Oh, I'm not getting enough subs, I might as well not do it. That's not the case. Like, I started doing it when nobody was watching, and I kept doing it because I love doing it. It was so fun. I did it with just friends. They would pop in every now and then, but I would make all their characters, make these storylines, all this stuff up on my own, and it just naturally grew. And I love that. I love what it's become. I loved where we're at right now in terms of the community. But it's just not worth it for me at this point, especially because the YouTube growth outside of WLO has been good. It really has. I mean, I'll have some dips every now and then, and because of me working a 9-to-5 and trying to do all this stuff at the same time, I just get behind, you know, I just get so behind on everything. So yeah, I don't know. I do appreciate everybody that does, you know, stick around for the non-WLO stuff. I appreciate everybody that has popped over to the BP Fun channel, over to the Captain Zeus channel. Whenever I did the Tabletop Dork stuff, popped over to that. I'm going to try to bring that back, but we'll see. I do appreciate all of you guys, and I know you don't have to do it, and I know some of you guys actually do enjoy it, and I appreciate it because it makes me feel good knowing that you guys are enjoying the kind of content I'm giving you guys, because it's kind of the whole thing. Like, I just want to have fun and share these experiences with you guys, and, you know, the whole purpose of the Discord, as I've mentioned before, is just a community where like-minded individuals can just make friends. Because from a loner nerd who was bullied and abused all throughout childhood, I had no friends. I had no community that was nerdy, that liked anime, that was into EDM or jazz or into all this kind of stuff and wouldn't, beat my ass about it. So having that here now is like, that's perfect. Unfortunately, with how Discord is, I gotta make it a little bit more exclusive, but still. I'm gonna still keep pumping out content. I'm gonna still stream. We have Cyberpunk that I'm doing. I might stream during the weekdays, certain games, if I have the time. Maybe like a one-off scenario or something. It's a tough road. It really is a tough road being a content creator. It's not an easy thing to do. I'm not trying to compare it in the sense of labor jobs or anything. It's just because that's more physical and mental. This is just mental in terms of the wear and tear, but also just how much you got to learn about it. And there's a little sidetrack. But I want to keep us growing. And, I just want to say thank you guys. I don't know why I'm always rambling. Thank you guys for supporting me in the channel, for supporting each other, because I know, man, this efed stuff has brought in so much effing drama, so many freaking PDF files up in here, which is so freaking weird. I don't understand why there's so many freaking diddlers in the efed community. What about wrestling makes it seem like, yeah, where's the 12-year-olds at? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. How does that translate? But I freaking love the peeps that we got here. All of you guys are amazing, and without you guys, I wouldn't be able to keep doing this. I would have given up a long time ago. And I just hope that my content could help you guys out every now and then, And that's what I'm gonna keep doing. I'm gonna keep doing this. I put way too much effing time and energy and money into this stuff to give up. To be completely honest with you. Like, I just got a new graphics card. I think I told you guys about it last week. Freaking like $750, $725. Like, bro, that's the whole that's like half a paycheck. It's more than half a paycheck. So it's expensive being me, okay? Where's the sugar mamas at? But anyways, I don't know where I was going with any of this, I swear. No, but that's just my thing. Final thought on that was season 5 not happening anytime soon. When 2K27 comes around, I might just revisit the idea of considering. Unlikely, to be honest. Especially if we keep going at the pace that we're going and growing this, I'm probably going to want to put more time and energy into, regular YouTube stuff. It's also a shame that most of my Twitch viewers or the followers, whatever, came from the efed scene, and they're the aforementioned don't pop up for anything. So I kind of have to, I'm not saying I'm abandoning Twitch 100%, but I'm more focused on YouTube because Twitch is very much, it doesn't want new people to grow on there. Not like YouTube does, but YouTube's like a little less biased. But anyways, let me catch up with the comments. I was not reading what you guys were saying. Yep. Wise person said it best. efeds are something to do after you've got a steady base. Honestly, like, I think I've told you guys before, I would love to do it if we could have like IRL PLEs, like we all come, like not like an esports event in a way where it's like we're all in a community area where there's like a big old screen and we're watching it live kind of thing. That would be such a fun thing to do. Hunter went to Turner because of Schmeat and because he needed a new backstage worker to occasionally wrestle. Tom went to Cost because Cost and M love the twink. Yeah, that makes sense. And I figured it'd be a fun way to support the homies. No, that's cool. It's cool. We get it, Fred. It's frustrating. It really is. It is extremely frustrating. I check out all the YouTube stuff. I occasionally skip a video, and that's if I know it's a game or something I will absolutely not like. No, and like I said, I appreciate any and all the support you guys give, for real. frustrations are totally understandable and valid. The time is limited, so you have to make tough choices. Gonna miss WLO, but I get it and get how frustrating it is. Yeah. I'm gonna freaking miss it. You know how many freaking dope ass moments we've had here? It was fantastic. It was so much fun. Now I might help out like with Damikos and crew if they're still doing the efed kind of storyline. I might be able to help out there, or you know, give you guys some NPC characters. I guess we could tell Cole I'm okay with him getting sexual chocolate if he wants to make him over there. I think that'd be super funny for him. But yeah, efed's a drama-riddled, problem-filled place. WLO was one of the good ones, and it will forever be the thing that I cherish for saving my life. Aw, dude. I honored, honestly. Like, I don't know what else to say to that, outside of just saying the fact that I'm honored to have had such an importance there. And I know you're not the only one. I know there's been people in the community that have said like, this is the only efed I'm in these days. This has helped me out a lot. And you know, part of me is like obviously just like honored, I said that before, but just like touched at the fact that I had that impact, but also just like stunned that I'm even giving that impact. I know it's kind of like a redundant statement, but it's like two sides of the same coin, because it's like I don't view myself as that important or entertaining, so it's stunning to see that happen, to be impactful like that. That's just me. Insert cheap self-plug here. Damn, goes, you're a mod. You could technically shout yourself out if you really wanted to. We'll support you with your future YouTube and Twitch endeavors wholeheartedly, because we love our homies. We love you. I love you guys too. Stop it. You're gonna get me all blushies. And that's why people are starting to flock to you, Zeus. The fun and passion shines through, and nobody has to sift through overlay editing and pandering garbage. Your content is good, and your voice is a bonus. I honestly think I would have subscribed even if I had never met you. Honored, honestly. The voice thing is so funny because so many people, even people I know in real life, say you have such a good voice, and I'm just like, yo, I'm not gay, chill out. It's like, no, it's like for videos, like it's just it's a really good voice to just listen to, and I'm just like, thanks. I don't know how to feel about that coming from a guy. But no, I do appreciate it, and I'm glad that, you know, I'm glad what I'm doing is working. At least a little bit, a little teeny tiny. Hydrate is so right. Trav's just like, dude, I can't type anything. Hydrate's saying everything that I was gonna say. Stop, Hydrate, chill. My only selfish request is I get to keep making Diablo for the lounge, especially if you're giving sexy Coco to Cole. Yes, Hydrate. I will give you can, Diablo will stay with the lounge. Permanent. He stays over there. He's redeemed. Lounge has redeemed Diablo from his XXXXXWA. Oh, freaking days. I'm in like 17 currently, so hopefully it means something. You were the reason that I didn't myself during the Mahone stuff. I almost quit all of Twitch. Your personal touch and level of care is unmatched as a content creator and as a human being. Dude, shut up. Why you saying nice things to me, man? I feel like there's a freaking Yu-Gi-Oh trap card waiting for me at the next message this guy's gonna send. She'd be like, and you're maidenless. Like, oh, see, I knew it was all just freaking all a prelude to the real insult. No, but I do appreciate you saying that, and I'm glad to hear that I've had some kind of impact on everybody's lives. Hey, I'm an asshole, but now that I can be genuine, this is one of those moments. No, I know, man. You know, I just like to bust the chops. But for real, I appreciate it, and I'm glad that I've been able to help you guys through, because realistically, like, for the most part, you know, I can't speak to everybody's experiences, but I've been there. You guys have seen me be there in those kind of headspaces before. Life is tough. Life is so tough, and we may have different beliefs, you know, different ideologies, different backgrounds, but, you know, as long as there's one commonality, we can kind of keep ourselves out of the ditch and try to take a step forward in life. Because, I mean, life's going to do everything it can to keep us down. And sometimes it hits really, really hard. But you know, we all got each other here. We're all homies. So don't quit. I haven't quit. Hydrate's still around. There's some of you in there. I'm not gonna call you out because I don't know. You're still here. So something's working. And plus, why would you want to pass up on the potential possibility of another Made Zeus cosplay stream? Like you can't take a dirt nap before you see another Made Zeus cosplay stream. Now, is that ever gonna happen? Hey, that's up to you guys. You guys already know the criteria. I'm just saying that's there for you. All right, it's not for me, it's for you. But no, I know the Mahone stuff has impacted so many of the core community members, and it's such a shame because so many things that I've kind of already said. I don't want to repeat myself too much. But yeah, that's just me. Part of me is just so glad to be done with this, because I would come home, what was it, Tuesdays and Fridays and sometimes Saturdays. I would come home from a long day at work, whip up a thumbnail, start the stream, and then once I was done with the stream, either that night or tomorrow, the next day, I would put the match card results, start building the match cards, you know, sometimes have to edit an intro, a match, whatever. It was just a lot of time, man. It's a lot of time. So I'm kind of glad I'm out of that. But like I said earlier, you know, I'm gonna miss a lot of it. I'm gonna miss a lot of the fun moments. I'm gonna miss a lot of the crazy match stuff that would happen. But yeah, that stuff still impacts a lot of us, me included. Yeah, and that's unfortunate, to be honest. And it's like, I see why, because that was such, and I know it was like a year ago, but I know a lot of you guys were invested in that efed, and to have things turn out the way it did is heartbreaking, man. It's unfortunate, but it will get better. It will get better. Wish it will get better. All right, me included as well. Yeah, I know. Damn goes here. Here's a head pat for you, buddy. It's just for you. But again, we're one of the big lightning rods that just absorb all that negativity. Is what I do. I'm just a big old sponge. I absorb the stuff and then I spew it out piss. Could not have come up with anything else. But no, I get it. And, you know, again, honored to be important to you guys. For Rizzles, my nizzle. Well, that's enough yambling and rambling from me on this. Do you guys have anything else you want to say? Any comments, questions, etc., etc.? Most certainly important. Nah. I mean, I'm honored for sure. I just don't see myself that way. Oh, what time is it? Do I have time to do Cyberpunk? Also, I'm gonna go ahead and just end the YouTube stream right